to be unearthed at what I believe is like the Renaissance, the ability to sort of create our own destiny.
The Renaissance Podcast.
Welcome back, guys, to the Renaissance Podcast. You already know who it is. Your boy Caesar.
My name's Alan Shiner.
I go by the name of Silk Foster Jr.
Childhood name?
Yeah, my
Phil
dad.
Foster, bro. That sounds so smooth, bro.
That's a clean ass name. Dog.
It used to be Lil Silk, but I didn't want to be tied in with all of the Lil. So.
Yeah, no, little Silk. Silk itself is unique, bro. So
yeah,
you don't got to tie any Lil in it.
I mean, I'm checking out your outfit. Not checking you out, bro. You cute, bro. But like that outfit, that outfit crazy, bro. I like it, bro. I wish the camera could see it, see all
the
of
camera
it.
could see it.
Yeah,
I'll try to fit it in, bro. But like the shoes, the hair matches with your shirt, bro.
Yeah.
But it's
Is pink your favorite color, bro?
Pink is my favorite color, and black. Pink and black, you can't go wrong.
I mean, you gotta wear only pink shirts so that you can like match your hair.
Nah, I switch it up. Honestly, like where I'm from, it's crazy to do your hair like this.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah,
You were
bro.
telling us from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Damn,
it's crazy, yeah. I'll probably be the only nigga from my city that look like this.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? We already interviewed. You're the third Mississippi person we interviewed. So you already seen the podcast. You watched that probably with 2K.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we actually interviewed Monday a designer from Mississippi.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
He was born in Mississippi, raised in Chicago, and then moved to Dallas. But
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, homeboy survived, and he I don't know how he does it, bro. Like for real.
yeah, but by the time you're seeing this, we already dropped it. So check that episode out. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy stories we
For
shared
sure,
with
man.
him.
But welcome. We're really happy to have you here, man.
Yeah.
We have a lot of cool content coming up, guys. Like I said, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
All right, Caesar, take it off.
Yeah, bro. So like, well, first of all, Silk. Did that bring one? You said it was a childhood name. Is that you kept that as your artist name as well? Or you never thought of changing it?
It was see my daddy used to go by Silk before
Silk.
he passed. He passed away in '96.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
peace, man.
he passed away in '96. Triple homicide.
God
A lot
damn,
of
bro.
crazy shit. Yeah, it get deep,
Sheesh.
but you know. So he was always Silk, even before Silk the Shocker from No Limit with Silk. So I was always Lil Silk.
Lil Silk.
Silk.
Yeah. And
Before it was actually cool to be named Lil.
before it was Lil, I was always Lil Silk. I had a little belt with it like engraved on the back. My
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just when it got to a certain point, I was like, damn. I type in Lil Silk and it's Lil Silk here, Lil Silk there, Lil Silk there. I was like, damn. But it's only one Silk Foster Jr. So that's why I went with the Silk Foster Jr.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That made it unique. I mean, you say you were born in Mississippi. Were you raised there as well? Or
Yeah, I stayed there my whole life. I moved here to Texas probably like 6 years.
just better lifestyle or
Better lifestyle. I had then got in a little bit of trouble. And
shit?
my uncle had been telling me like, nigga, you need to get from down there because it's bad. Like, it's bad, bro. Like,
Is Mississippi a bad?
I mean,
that area?
it's a good place. Home is home. Like, it's always gonna be the pros and cons of everything. But the cons is, I mean, unless you want to be a police officer or work at the prison or drive trucks or do the
Correct.
like, it's no avenues for you. It's just like either you go work this or you go work that or you go put up with that. And to me, it was just
I've come across a lot of folks that, outside of the pod, have friends outside the pod, and they are from Mississippi, and they always tell me the same stuff. Like, there's no opportunity. There's jobs
I
there,
agree.
but like that's not really the type of job you want to, be sustainable with. It's not even sustainable. So
But
like,
even like it been certain situations where even like it's still like the slick little racism that go on because you could climb your way to the top of a job, and I've done it, and then you get to the top, and then you got these people working with you that's twice your age. You making the same amount of money that they making, except they got 3-4 kids and they live 30-40 minutes away. So in turn, like they don't like that. It done been certain times. It's just been people just when you get to the top, they go try to take you out.
Hey, but you know what? Welcome to Texas, and I have a lot of folks that say, they say you moved into Texas, now you moved into Dallas, bro. I ain't trying to sound that head ass, but like you moved into Dallas because like Houston is way different, Austin is way different, and if you are not in those areas,
I don't like Houston.
You in
as
Texas
much.
for sure.
You don't like Houston? I hate Houston, bro. Honestly, I hate Houston. So.
I like visiting Houston. I like the vibes from Houston. I like the music from Houston.
Talk your shit.
But
Talk your
just,
shit.
but just the vibe, it's just like I always feel like let me cock this gun back just in case.
Bro, what's it called? So I'm a salesman, right? He is too. I don't know if he's ever talked to people from Houston, but I have a department that I have to talk to through Houston. And bro, every time I talk to people from Houston, bro, I'm like, dude, like, you know what? I'd rather not even make the sale, bro. Like, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang up on you.
God damn,
bro, talking to people from Houston is so annoying, bro. Like, they're on a different level, man. Like,
if you had
especially
to deal
rudeness too. Like, it's like, bro, like
no hospitality.
no hospitality whatsoever. So it's like my opinion of Houston is like trash.
But look, think about it though. Let me play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
If you had to deal with that type of traffic, you probably be the same way.
That's true, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie. Like, I work in the towing business.
Man, you I pulled off on tow car back in the day.
No. And people always get mad at me because they think, I'm not I don't work for like the type where it's like the impound, you know, where we take vehicles that are.
Okay.
I work for the like
the
you need a service, you know, you need like your car broke down. I got you. Let me go send somebody to help you out.
But going back to Houston, bro, you fucking right, bro. That traffic, man, that shit's crazy, man. And I be looking at the map of Houston because I've been there, you know, and bro.
That's what I'm saying. I got a live GPS.
I don't have fun. I don't have fun in Houston, bro. Like, that shit's not fun at all compared to Austin. But then I look at the fucking map of Houston, and it's just like, you know, 35, and then there's 20, and then there's 45.
There's certain hours. If you look at it from 2 p.m. to like 7 p.m.,
there's just like one big ass highway that's surrounding Houston. There's shit.
There's a lot of
if
highways.
You go
but
to
all
the
on
mall,
red, bro.
if you go to the mall, visit a friend at a certain time, you better be precise.
Galleria.
I'm just saying, because when the traffic hits, you might have to go out to eat just to avoid the traffic.
And you can't even go to the Galleria, bro, because you get scammed in that hole too.
You get scammed in that hole?
Yeah, bro. No cap. Yeah, you get scammed. I have like my drivers that work over there. They tell me all the stories that goes on.
What do you get scammed in Houston?
I even know the streets that be like the most ratchet over there. Bissonnette Street. That's the most ratchet street.
Bro,
there.
did you hear?
That's like Harry Hines to here.
Oh shit! But did you hear about that? There was like a tweet that went viral not too long ago, and it was of like someone getting their debit card information stolen, and they went right back to the gas station, and they looked at the, you know, the card reader and
the
shit.
card swiper,
yeah, and like next thing you know, it was like all fake. She ripped that whole out, and then like the fucking owner of the gas station was there, like, I don't know, shit, I didn't even know that was there. I'm like, bro, you did know that was there, like that whole.
He was the one party scamming it.
Nah, bro, I feel like it was like, you know,
how y'all feel about scammers though?
We know a couple of operations.
They like,
it's levels to this scam.
Yeah, you know what? Like at some point, I respect it because I won't personally get ever scammed because I'm smart enough to not to get scammed. You know.
But then there's the scams that like it's mutual. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna slide my debit card. I left it here. Here's the pin though. And then you call the bank and like you report that it was lost and shit. You know, but you know it was lost and shit. No, like it's mutuals.
That's what I'm saying. So like, there's respect to it. You know, it's a grind, and you can get in trouble. It's like hustling. Like selling weed or selling coke. You know, I don't mind it. Them doing it. It's a business.
I don't judge just because of the simple fact, like I say, it's levels to this. To the fraudery. Like you know, it's a lot of people that'll say, "Hey, man, you know, minority people, they cheating the system."
But like,
but they lie. But this same people who lie and exaggerate on their taxes.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what's so crazy too, man? Talking about like scams. So if you want to talk about like, you know, there's level to these scams. Have you ever heard of how Uber got scammed in China?
I never heard of that.
Bro, that shit was crazy. So what ended up happening is that back in the day, Uber was trying to like conquer China. They were wanting to be like the first tech company in the United States to make it in China.
Yeah.
And that's like impossible because China gonna rip the shit out of you. They're huge ripoffs, right?
They gotta own you.
They're gonna copy your shit, and then the Chinese government gonna give funds to the one that's copying you, type of shit. So it's like rigged as fuck. So what ended up happening is that a bunch of scammers, Uber was basically giving a bunch of money to new drivers in China, and they were giving free rides to people driving in China with Uber. So all of these free rides, all of these incentives for new drivers, it was, you know, a lot of money. It was costing Uber a lot of money. But what the hackers in China end up doing is they fucking bought a shit ton of fucking iPhones. And, you know, Apple is all, you know, super secretive. You know, you protect your identity and shit.
Yeah.
They ended up just basically downloading the app and just creating a bunch of fake drivers, creating a bunch of fake passengers. So they were getting free rides to the bots, basically. And then the bots were also getting paid to drive the bots. So it was just a bunch of mass.
Man.
It was a mess, bro. Like
nah, they got finesse. Yeah.
Uber got
That's a
finesse,
lick
bro.
right there.
Damn her for real,
Yeah.
bro. But I don't think it was a whole. I think it was
Oh, it was millions of money. It was like
no,
32,000.
the amount
30
was
million.
yeah, the amount was a lot. But I'm saying like who did it was a singular like.
I know, right? Imagine how many iPhones
I don't think
that
it
must,
was like
must have taken.
multiple people, you know.
Like maybe 1,000 iPhones. How much is that per unit? 300. Bro, it's
Bro,
like
in China,
crazy.
you can get them for
Bro, for real,
for 30
like,
bucks, bro.
Bro,
30
that's
bucks,
a
bro.
hell of an investment. It's just gonna like, what do you need today? I need like 1,000 iPhones.
Well, shit, in China, they make them there. They produce them there, so
Yeah.
they don't have to
it'd be
pay.
like-
They don't have to pay our
just,
price.
They just wake up like, mama,
Yeah,
I need 1,000.
He like, I know you're gonna go work at the factory today. Just slide me a little 50 of them.
You know, it's
per
so
day.
crazy too. Like, you know, we have like Walmarts and shit over there in China. They have basically the Walmart for, you know, a lot of technical stuff. If you need a motherboard, if you need a fucking battery, if you need a screen, just go to Walmart and they'll have that shit basically right there. It's fucking wild, bro. Like, and it's cheap as fuck.
China is so censored. I just be like, what's like the quality of life over there? Like, what can I? Because I'm too like out there. Like, you know, like I do a lot of stuff I shouldn't do, but I get away with it because I act like I'm supposed to be able to do it and get away with it.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's what I mean. Like, I feel like a lot of folks have to be smart to get away with it. Because if you get caught by the government, bro, like they gonna come for you, your family. Like that communist party don't play around, bro. That's what I mean. Like, and that's why it's only fucking smart scams. It's not no dumb shit. It's not some fucking Indian scammer out here.
That's what I was about to say, bro. I was like, the only scammers probably I hate is those Indian scammers, the ones that be scamming on Amazon, bro. Those motherfuckers are annoying. Have y'all seen the YouTube channel? The one that exposes them?
Yeah.
Nah.
I know what you're talking about.
Motherfucker, bro. So I didn't know about this. So like I started watching his channel when the dude was like, I would say like 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And he was putting videos. They were going viral at the time. And then now, yeah, look at him. Like, go click on his profile, bro.
Look, I already watched that video, bro.
Yeah, but like, look at his profile. Look how many subscribers he has now.
I love it.
1.42.
I love the Indian scammers when they call. They be like, "Yeah, you won $1 million." I was like, "Oh shit!" That's like, I'm rich. I'm rich. I always play with them, and I always end up making them mad because they like, "Yeah, if all you had to do is put down this percent of blah blah blah." I was like, "Okay, so how much you make a year?" They be like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Look, how much do you make a year? I know you can't be making that much there. So this what we gonna do." You go pay my percentage, and I'm gonna give you another 300,000 on top of that when I get my million, and then all hell break loose from there to the point where they get mad.
That's not how it works.
Yes. No, it works like that, bro. Because you can't tell me that you making 300,000.
That's so true, man. I feel like I can respect scammers. There's level to that shit because it's just a hustle. But boys, if it's an Indian scam, you're fucking right, bro.
No, I got scammed when I first moved to Texas.
No way. But like, by in the phone or?
Yeah, it was through the phone. Like,
man,
it was a fine ass girl. She got me. She was like, "Nah, this shit is real." She gave me a job title that people could do and everything. I'm looking up the job title. I'm doing my research. I'm like, this bitch may be on something.
You know what's so crazy, bro? Like, I feel like people are still falling trapped to like those job postings. They're too good to make.
I mean, there's a lot of like the ones that like right now is like send me your bank account, like your bank
your cash app.
It's getting scary.
You know
out there, bro.
Who has a fucking look up Brendan on Instagram?
Okay.
I always tell them when they say,
"Well, I'm gonna share it to you. Just log in."
I'm gonna do this, and you gonna make this much money. I always say, I'm already rich. I'm like, I'm already rich. Go bless somebody else.
I feel like it's getting scarier because like everybody's like going work from home and shit. So like you have to fucking apply online. You never get to meet anyone. So it's just like you're getting set up for failure because you never know if it's legit type of shit. So
well, me, I just don't. I learned my lesson early on when I moved here about 5 years ago. Like I was like, I called my cousin like, look, if this shit go through, nigga, I'm gonna let you know so you can send your money. And so as soon as I sent the money, it wasn't much. Because I wasn't stupid enough to do a lot.
Is that on your profile or ours?
Ours.
She blocked the account right away.
Damn.
I was like, damn.
Bro, you telling me this, and like I'm telling you, I don't know if you know this Instagrammer that he does funny videos, but like he does them of like realistic shit, kind of like Drewski. He's Drewski's friend. You know Drewski, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm
familiar. So
I got you. It's right here. I put you on general right here.
Yeah. Is it bottom one? Yeah. You know you see them scammers, man.
Uh,
Bro, you know.
bro, I respect the hustle.
Yeah, bro. I know so many of these, and like you get got.
There's a lot of people who ain't scammers that be scamming.
It's easy money, bro. And the thing is,
You know what's being a scammer? Is just taking face pics with a filter on. That's a scam. Like they got auto tune, they got face tune. That's a scam.
Face tune.
That's a
and
scam.
that's what happened to you right here, bro.
No, you good, you good. I'm gonna get all this figured out. You're not gonna be in no trouble. Let me call you right back. Lock that bitch.
As soon as you hit them with the hold up. Bro, that shit had me laughing, bro, because like it's so true with the scammers nowadays, bro. But like you said, everything in life is a scam, bro. You gotta scam yourself out of getting better, getting money, because that's the only way you make bread, bro.
Oh, look, Keaton D. Jones too.
No, see, that's what the pandemic
Yeah,
did.
bro, our boy
See,
B.
a lot of these people that own these places, like, why these people like fuck working? Because when the pandemic happened, we had to figure out other ways to make money.
I mean, inflation is going crazy, bro. Like when you think about it, the way we're making good money, and like I'm making good money to where like the amount of I'm making triple of what my parents were making back in the day, but like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm barely
I don't
surviving
feel
with
it.
that. Yeah, I don't feel it, bro, because like all this shit is expensive as
Every
fuck,
time you go
bro.
to the gas pump, especially when you got to put 93 in the car.
93? God damn.
Bro, I'm putting 100 right now, bro.
Yeah, it's because y'all be driving some fucking
What do you drive?
V8s.
I try not to disclose that type of information.
No, but like truck, car,
it may be a sedan.
It may be a sedan.
but it's a bigger vehicle, right? You like
V8, bro. I'm pretty sure it's a Hemi Hellcat looking ass.
You might see me. You might see me in anything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really mind, bro. You talking my Jeep truck? That shit it'd be killing my bro.
Well,
I'll tell you this much.
Imagine.
How many gallons or miles per gallon do you get? You think so?
Probably like 22 to 25.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Bro, I get 15 though.
And you know what? It's
15 miles per gallon, bro.
What you got the Jeep though, right?
Bro, and with those big ass tires, bro.
That bitch fly though.
It's fly, bro, but I'm trying to get a electric scooter, electric bike, bro. Something
No, the gas fucked up. It's fucked up. And I always see the little Joe Biden stickers by the gas thing that say, I did that.
Yeah, nah, bro.
But I mean, he did do that.
He did do that, low key, bro. It's because, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, Trump was making sure that we had our gas prices was right, because he was conserving all the gas we already had here.
For real.
Like, something about him, racist or whatever, like he knew his business shit. His business side of America, he had it under control.
But see, that's a lot of stuff that I don't like. Okay, so where I'm from, it's just mainly Democrat. We always been
Democratic
persuaded and done by the Democrats. So even coming to Texas, it was like a culture shock. It was like, okay, I never thought of it that way. I never looked at it that way. But then I started asking myself questions like, realistically, how many people you think we done worked for over the years that have been racist?
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
You see, whoa,
and you still gonna go cash that check.
Yeah,
you're not gonna be like, oh fuck this job because they racist. You gonna go get your money. You gonna be like, no, I got bills and priorities. So I'm like, I never understood how could people hate Trump so much. They don't hate the guy selling crack in the community.
Shit.
Bro, for real.
And he's the one affecting more the community than something any of the president would do.
I mean, even me, like growing up, like we looked up to like my father was a big figure in the city. He was pretty much a kingpin in his own right. Mm-hmm. So we looked up to the people that was selling drugs and doing whatever. If they had the money, the cars, the clothes, the women, we looked up to. We never thought like, this probably the guy that sold my family crack.
Right. In the hood, though, right? That's what you're saying.
It don't necessarily have to be the hood. See, I think the hood is just like a blanket statement like ghetto. It's like the way people use the word ghetto is not even the true definition of the word ghetto. Yeah. But it's just become a derogatory thing. But every neighborhood has the word hood in it. This shit happen everywhere. It's doctors that smoke crack every day and still a doctor.
Shit. Bro, I know personally that's true because I've gone to parties where it's like
I
high
like that
end.
perspective, and that's why I feel like I really enjoy Dallas because, for example, not saying that I do drugs and shit, but I pull up and like that's just like normal style. Like I see if I go to Frisco, for the white folks, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But the point is that it's a vibe, it's a party. There's girls out here getting drunk as fuck, guys out here just being
Oh man.
weirdos, whatever. The point is that it's a lifestyle, nightlife, whatever you want to call it. But like they're out here in the restroom doing crack, doing cocaine
No,
and
no,
shit.
no.
Well, were you there? I was about to say
I
that,
never
'cause that's
seen it
what-
done so casually till I come to Texas.
fucking
I was
Bro,
Texas.
that's
like,
what when you said something about where doctors doing crack and shit, I was like, bro, the one time that I was like shocked as fuck, because like I've seen drugs parties and everything,
Mhm.
but when I was actually shocked at somebody doing drugs was when I went to a party that this was like a higher end party. These were older friends of mine. I was young at the time. I was only like 22. But the friends I was hanging out with were like 29, 30,
Yeah.
And he's like, they invited me to this party, and then it was in a nice ass house. It was and it was in a really nice area.
It was like closer to the colony or some shit like that.
We're not gonna disclose where it's at.
I know what story you're
I
talking
hate
about.
the
Yeah,
colony. I hate the colony.
Well, it wasn't the colony. It
Or
was in the
somewhere
colony.
like that. I
The
know what
police
you're
it
in
was
the
north.
colony is crazy.
It was white neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, so we went to it, and this is a big ass house, and we're like, God damn, it's the nicest house. This party is. And then my friend was a nurse at the time. She's like, no, it's one of one of the doctors. He's throwing a party, and he just wanted to invite him. I could invite my friends, so I invited y'all and stuff. So we pulled up, and the doctor was a woman, and she was like, "You want to go to the restroom, bro?" Whenever I go to a restroom, whenever I say I've never seen the amount of cocaine I've seen in my life, I've never seen that, and I'm talking about like I've hung out with plugs, and I'm like, bro,
Bricks.
I
bro,
definitely-
I was like, and then she's like, and this is her daily shit. Like, she just that's how you gotta work. You gotta have that energy to go to work. I'm like, bro, there's coffee. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it is coffee. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I definitely seen a lot of cocaine in my life. Though.
And that's what I mean. That's why I really like what you just brought up, that it's not really called you don't consider it the hood to us because we grew
up there.
We grew up here in Dallas. So like to us, it's like we always have had that opportunity. We've always had work, and we always have had to work.
Yeah.
And there always will be work regardless.
Yeah.
If we get fired tomorrow, or we'll find another job.
Yeah, people ain't tripping down here. in
Exactly.
Dallas,
So like I feel like you're absolutely right. To us, this is just not saying that I do drugs and shit because I really don't, but that's what I mean. Like I see it every day where like
Yeah.
folks are just loving
But
life.
see, it's levels to these drugs.
Oh yeah.
I don't like perks. I never done coke in my life. I did Xans before, but not for recreational use. Whenever I'm on a plane or if I'm on a bus ride, like my bus ride here, I popped the football so I could sleep the whole time through the
God
bus ride.
damn, bro.
But I ain't really into drugs. Like I like mushrooms and stuff like that.
Right.
And weed and
Something that's gonna, recreational for sure. That's what
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now. So that's what I mean. Like
a
whenever
little bit of LSD.
Oh
You know what
no,
I'm saying?
little laced. Nah, bro. But that's what I mean. Like, okay, but then let's talk about now Mississippi. We're talking about the same drugs, maybe different levels to it, but you get to that point because that's all that you can do.
Yeah, it was definitely like that before I moved to Texas because it was like I went to school at the University of Southern Mississippi.
Mm.
I was going for nursing. I didn't continue. I just didn't want to see people die for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I seen so many nurses be insensitive and shit. I was like, I don't want to do this forever.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came down here, everything was a culture shock. Like literally everything. But you gotta understand where we from. It's not a lot of opportunity. It's not a lot of people that know. Mississippi is very oppressed in a way that you gotta understand. Like when they freed the slaves, it wasn't like we was free to do what. We had to work for the people that enslaved us
You
to
just
build
have to
something.
get
you
paid.
just have a title now.
Yeah, then you had to, and then even when it progressed slowly, I'm a painter, I could paint. So I just paint. You know what I'm saying? You do house renovation, so you could just do it. But then they like, okay, this is what we gonna do. Now y'all gotta get certified to do everything. Even a lot of my privileged friends that could be like, oh yeah, my granddaddy gave us 10,000 in stocks a year and you know they could build something. We ain't had nobody give us shit. That's why my daddy was hustling.
Yep.
It's always different ways people could take to still be alive, but you alive, but are you living?
Do you think as a African American person you should still receive reparations now?
Hey, that's a good topic because California just fucking announced that they were looking into it.
I really think we should.
Or do you think it's already a generation where like
No, it ain't because we still affected. We still affected. We still affected. It done been a lot of job interviews I go to in Mississippi.
you think everybody should receive it?
I really don't know.
Or they should have like set a standard of who.
I don't know. However they did it with the Native Americans, maybe they could follow that blueprint. I don't know the specifics.
Honestly, Native Americans don't have it that good either. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know it's, and then you got to go through hurdles with that. I've heard, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'm the person to say what the next person deserve or whatnot. But I feel like,
but in your perspective, California's out here saying, you know what? We're thinking about giving reparations and all that stuff.
But California is one of those states that says stuff and then they never does.
California is also about to float away at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like fuck it, we just gonna give out everything. But nah, really, with the reparations thing, we still affected. I can't tell you how many job interviews I went to, and my government name is Bryant Foster, like Kobe Bryant Foster, right? So when you see that on paper, you think, okay,
right?
Then I show it to the interview, then it's like, you know, you're gonna be, you know.
I see what you're saying.
It's a lot.
I feel like there's a level to it that, you know, for example, not too long ago, there was an article that was of a restaurant that was mainly owned, that was mainly owned by African Americans. I forgot. It was basically like a hotel, a resort where a lot of folks that were African Americans would go there because back then you weren't able to just pull up to anywhere, right? So they would have to have an all inclusive only for African Americans to pull up and have fun at the beach. But of course, you know, the bigots back then, they're like, you know what? Y'all having too much fun there. We're going to burn the place down or vice versa. You know, if you don't shut it down, we'll figure something out. So what the city council ended up doing is, you know, they claimed the land where the resort was. Yeah. And they say, you know what? This is not our land and we're going to do whatever we please. So they basically just tore it down and never did anything with that piece of land. This is like maybe 70 years ago. So what happened is that, you know what, the owners of, you know, what used to be the resort, they had children who sued the children. I mean, not the children. The children. The children sued the city and won. Yeah. The city sued the city that took the land and won. So there's definitely a case, I think.
Look, you could, now I know you can find this on YouTube, but it's still a restaurant. And it's made in my hometown. Literally, it's made out of the silhouette of a slave, pretty much.
Oh shit, that's
crazy.
I
feel like there's cases where like I feel like for sure reparations.
And that exists, and they take pride. They like this is the family tradition. They got all the novelties and stuff, and I'm just like, that's in my city. Like, so like even coming down here, like I had to understand like everybody wasn't racist.
Do you think it was a big shell shock? Because I know you watched the 2K podcast whenever, because Mississippi is not a lot of Hispanics are there in Mississippi? Or at least where you're from, is there a lot of Hispanics?
It wasn't a lot of. It was a bit more in like Hattiesburg whenever I went to school, but it still wasn't like a great deal of like the Hispanic people that we grew up with. I probably could name them all. Like,
oh, for us?
Yeah.
Do you think it was a shell shock? Because I know if you saw the podcast, we talked about saying the N-word. And as Hispanics saying the N-word, do you think it's something that should be changed? Or you think it's something that it's whatever? You know,
Fat Joe been saying the N-word.
Fat Joe? Is Fat Joe Mexican or Hispanic?
Yeah, he's Hispanic.
He's Hispanic?
Yeah.
I thought he was white or something.
Nah, I
think he was mixed.
I'm going to tell you, bro, like, I'm all about the power you give words, and not like in the corny ass way. I'm more like, okay, I could call a girl, I could say, you a bitch. Ooh. And that's offensive, right? But you know what? She gonna get mad if I say, you are nappy headed.
Yeah.
It's much, you know. So it just. Oh, I ain't even gotta say that. I could say something that she wouldn't understand, like you're a feckless cunt or something like that, and they'll be like, okay, that's really offensive. So me, I know when people use the word, because the first time I ever seen white folks do, I was younger, and it was these badass white kids that used to stay. They used to live across the street from us when we were living in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then we moved to an apartment complex years later, and they stayed on the other side of the apartment. I'm talking about like the full-fledged, mom, I'll fucking kill you. Bitch, you better go get up some fucking Smirnoffs and all of
Damn,
that
some
shit.
white trash.
Like real shit, like they used to treat their mama bad. But they
Yeah.
used to call each other niggas, and it was just a shock. It's just like, can you, like, I really never felt the way. It's only if somebody trying to belittle me or
Yeah.
insult my intelligence. But you don't have to call me a nigga to insult my intelligence and me flip out on you.
they
It's
can just call you nappy.
It's just the words that you use. You know,
Yeah.
somebody be like, oh, I see your little this or little that. You know, be like I don't. First of all, I don't know you. You don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't
I
know.
totally get you, and the thing is, the N-word got spread through Hispanics a lot. Just and I mean, I've had arguments with like Hispanics people because there's a lot of them that kind of. I would say, like, I would take me personally. I used to say it a lot and people don't get it because I grew up with like African Americans like all my life. Like that's all it was. Like literally, I was the only Hispanic. My brother is well, half of my family is Honduran. So in Honduras, if you meet a Honduran, they're like
They're black.
They literally
Yeah.
you could think they're African American.
Yeah.
And so like my brother or stepbrother was like literally like dark skin, like he looked black. And then I grew up with all African Americans. Like I was the only like I would say not lighter skin because I'm so dark as hell, like as a Mexican. But like whenever I would hang around them, it was always like this language, all this language used. And then when I would go to like school, where it was like more, like I would say more white, you know, and I wouldn't say like African American, but like the not I wouldn't say whitewash, but the classier type of like, and then they would take offense to that whenever I would say it.
But what's your point then? You're saying
and,
that
and,
like
and I'm saying like
That's because they
is-
want to have something to be mad about.
yeah, that also, but what I'm trying to get to the point is where like it all has to do where you grow up with. Like if you felt comfortable with doing it and your friends never really taught you that, oh, maybe that word's gonna be offensive to somebody, how are you supposed to know, you know?
Yeah, I got a theory about that though. I really feel like, honestly, black, African American, however they identify, because some people get offended by everything. So let's just say black or African American, however you identify. Our culture is the most inviting culture of all of the cultures. Our culture is oh yeah, you could take our music, you could dress like us, you could talk like us, you could do this like us. So why wouldn't people feel like, yo, I could say this?
that's so crazy.
But with the Hispanic community, I look at it specifically and be like, a lot of y'all came up like us. Y'all grew up with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
We're not that different from each other.
For
either.
real, I feel
our
like-
cultures they're slightly different, you know. Maybe food is different. We got spicier shit,
But it is a less inviting culture. I dated a Salvadorian for some time.
God
Oh,
damn, bro.
so I was, now that's yeah. There's difference between Hispanics too, because like
I know.
I feel like Mexicans are a little less racist towards African Americans, but whenever it comes to Central American, it's different, you know. It's different because in Central America there's white complected people, like straight up white complected people, and then there's straight up black complected people, and you can tell from their skin color where they're from in that area of that country.
And I
you
feel
know?
like it's also like where the map is too, because El Salvador is right next to like Honduras and all of that.
Yeah, and
Like,
racism exists in Latin America as well,
And
bro.
Well,
Like,
you know.
and then we-
racism exists everywhere.
I went to a lot of family events and I just had to be the friend.
no.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I see what you're saying. And then you the further you go down, then you go to Brazil. The worst place that you could live at, you know, as in like in the world, bro. Brazil. The poverty-filled Brazil. Like, and the
But it has
World
nothing to
Cup.
do with racism.
No, it does, bro, because Brazil is as racist as South America. You know, you got the nice areas in Brazil, bro. It's bougie, but like once you get to the streets, bro, where's the jobs? Where's the employment? You know, you have no opportunity at that
I
point.
feel like the only reason America is seen more as racist than other countries is because we have the liberty to say it, you know. Like other countries don't have the
like I was saying, China censor, you can't really say anything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have the liberty. We have the not. I would say like the
Well, I get what you're saying. You say-
privilege. That's what I'm looking for. We have the privilege to do that because we have so much freedom that we gotta. Well, not me personally. I don't get offended by really anything, but the people that really, like you say, everybody gets offended nowadays about everything.
But
It's because they have the time to get offended by everything, bro.
Or
Like,
they either they just don't have a life, or they not
Yo,
happy, or they not
facts,
happy
bro.
with their life.
I see what you're saying. So because we live in America, which has so much freedoms, that's why we're
much
we're the
privilege.
we're the
really,
biggest
like,
racists.
Like the transgender community, it's like you can't win for losing. Like if they got a name tag and it say them or they, and I ask you because I don't know, and you get an attitude with me, it's like, okay, well, you must not want me to know.
I see what you're saying. Okay, well, guys, congrats. This is June, so this is gonna be LGBTQ month. But you bring up a great point. You know, I think you are right, Caesar. You said that we're the most racist because we have the biggest, the most freedom of speech.
Mhm.
We have the right to believe whatever. We have the right to say whatever to an extent, right? Because there's limits. But when it comes down to racism, when it comes down to the LGBTQ community, you're absolutely right. I feel like you should be okay with someone talking shit. Just because they say it doesn't mean that you have to get offended. You choose to get offended. You also choose to listen to that shit and believe it true or not.
But it's equality at the end of the day. But like, what do you want equality? I make fun of my friend. I make fun of my daughter. I make fun of anybody. So why I can't make fun of you,
Bro, that brings up to the Chappelle, the Dave Chappelle, bro.
Yeah,
he
that
was
one,
all
yeah.
like, have you ever seen the skit where he's all like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, you can kill someone, you can murder someone, but if you make fun of a trans, boy, you're gonna get canceled.
First of all, we still got Hispanic people fighting for citizenship and their rights.
Facts,
We
man.
got black folks fighting for their rights.
Yeah.
Even it's something as simple as I can't even sell my home because I'm black. I gotta put up pictures of white folks to sell. You seen when that it was a little news clip about that, and it was like they
whenever
couldn't-
they were trying to flip their house, so they're saying, you know what?
They couldn't do it because it's still a perception. So it's like, oh, y'all just want to skip the line and come. And it's like, we respect it. Be who you want to be. Thinking about it like this, I'm sure we all heterosexual individuals here.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't care what you do with your dick. I don't care what you do with your dick. So why would I care what anybody do with anybody else or what they doing? The thing is you can't make me subscribe to your way of living. Because I could say, look, I'm a king. I identify as a king. I want to be treated as a king all the time. And if you don't respect that, then you don't respect me and how I feel as a person.
Damn,
That's a big
Mayweather,
point.
chill out.
No, I'm just saying, though.
And that brings to a lot of points, man. I mean, that's one big thing that Dave Chappelle always said, and that's what he. And I feel like a lot of the criticism is based off of just titles, you know, especially the media, what the titles they put. They don't really look into what he actually says. Like,
Shock value. That's what they look for.
Yeah.
Something that's shock value.
and that's a great point where you said where it was like the point where like you pretty much talk about how. What was I gonna say? No, I got confused with both things.
You sure you don't smoke, buddy?
No, I was gonna say something about the racism, and then I started thinking about what.
Well, let
what
me
you were
ask you
talking
this
about.
though, because I actually have a question because we're talking about freedom of speech and shit.
Yeah.
But like now you got rappers out here saying shit like, you know what, I killed you and they song, and then like they end up in a trial, and then they're saying, look, Your Honor, he
Let me
said he
tell you
literally
something.
killed
Let
someone.
me tell you something. That is stupidity.
Nah.
Now I'm gonna tell you something.
Superior from the rapper or from
from the rapper, because you can't. Hey, that's their job to catch you slipping.
Oh, so why would you say that in a song when you know you're gonna go to trial eventually one day, unless you don't think, unless you're so smart?
Because it's all about ego. It's all about. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Polo G, and I don't like the fact that he throw down the rakes. That's another thing y'all probably wouldn't know nothing about. But he did say, where I'm from, they turn death or murder into a contest. So you gotta understand these people is out here shooting and killing each other. To them, they gotta rub it in your face. See, I'm more of a JTZ type guy. Like either I'm gonna directly go at you specifically, because I have been known to do that. Like I will say your name, or I'm just gonna kill you subliminally. Because when it comes to my music, I just rap my life. I just make it sound cool.
Who do you think is the best subliminal rapper that like be throwing
Shots at everybody.
shots at?
These days, you had to give it to Drake.
You're
Yeah, I was
telling me
about to-
that Drake is the biggest rapper to throw subliminal lines?
Subliminal, yeah, bro.
People listen for Drake subliminal. Like literally, as soon as the album dropped, they're like, "Oh my god, he's talking."
Bro,
about
the song he just had, Churchill's Down with Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, yeah.
He throws so much shots
They leaked
at
Pusha T.
Pusha T, yeah.
Yeah.
With the Daytona, with the I'm gonna get back at him, the revenge and shit. Like,
That's so true.
even though he said that he wasn't gonna do anything, and then he just finally decided to.
But I can relate to that, bro. It be sometimes I be like, even like where I'm from, it's like it's so hectic. It's like it's people who love me and it's people who want to love me that can't love me because they don't want to stand beside. They don't want to be affiliated because I just pop. Like I could tell myself, look, I'm gonna chill. I tell my cousins, all my people, like I'm gonna chill. I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna go. Then I wake up feeling some type of way and I just be like, you know what? Fuck this person. Fuck that person. This how I feel. This how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm backing away from that more so these days. But I know how I feel to just be like, you know, I ain't gonna do nothing. You know what? I'm just might come.
Okay, I like this topic because the question was, who's the best rapper to throw subliminal lines? And you said Drake, right? And then we have, you know, I feel like that's the great thing about rap. You know, I feel like you can just sneak in just a cool creative line and it's just shots. It's
See,
just
I'm more,
fire.
I'm more overt. I'm just gonna say it like I'm gonna say your name, why I don't like you,
can also
why
do
I
that.
think you a bitch. I'm gonna tell you that because I'm a live my heart on my sleeve type person.
But then you get to the conversation where like you got rappers out here, you know, admitting to their fucking murder case.
Allegedly though, that
Allegedly,
could be
yeah.
a perspective.
That could be, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause
It
like,
could be a metaphor.
shit, Drake talks about how Pusha T just raps about other people's stories. So,
And I listened to Pusha T manager do the interview, and I was like, that's interesting. But I wasn't there. I don't know.
yeah, and that's what's crazy about it. Do you think? I have a question. So, do you think there has to be beef between each other for a person to have put out great music? And the only reason I'm saying this is because when Drake dropped C.O.B., I think his best songs were the ones where he was like coming at Kanye, you know, and dissing those people.
I didn't like that album.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So like, I
That
think
Too
like his
Sexy
music,
song, that Too Sexy song. Sorry, Drake, if you ever hear this, you probably never will. But that shit was trash. Future, that was one of the worst. I like Young Thug part the most. But
you know, third part, nah, bro. But that T.O.B. album was, I would say mid. But there's a reason why I think it was mid is because he didn't have that you know, that revenge, you know, that he didn't have any beef anymore. I mean, he had passed,
It's
you
always-
supposedly passed that Pusha T, but like you see now that he came back and Pusha T, that burst that he did with Churchill Down, it was fucking great. To me, it's one of the best features so far of this year.
See, this what you don't understand. Like when it comes to music, even if it's public or not public, even if it's serious or not serious, even if I know and they don't know, it's always a level of competition. But it just depends on where is it derived from. Is it derived from hate or is it derived from, nigga, you just motivated me. I seen you put this video. Because like the people in my city, there's a lot of people I don't even like. But I still go watch their video because it's going to motivate me to be like, I'm about to come crush this shit.
Nah.
But I may not want to publicly say that. Or there's a lot of people I'd be like, damn, he really putting on. Let me go make some shit. So it's like, it just depends. If it come from a place of hate, then it don't matter. Like, it's smoke.
But
let me put
I
you
feel
on
like,
the spot
but you're
there.
talking about your perspective, bro. I feel like you're talking about like, you know what? Because it's me, and I don't derive from hate. Kind of do, kind of don't. But I can also derive from you doing great, so I'm gonna support you. Type of
Yeah.
you know, motivation. But I feel like some folks, they just, you know, live off of hate. You know, they choose violence every single day, and that they produce the
It's
best.
like, if you really live like you a busy individual, you're a busy individual. We all busy individual. And this is what I had to, that's why I push back a lot from it, because if you really living life, if you really learning and enjoying every day, I don't have the time to think about you.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to scroll down Instagram. I don't have the time to scroll down Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't have time to entertain these people who want to be entertained.
And bro, and that's the one thing that you hit it right on the point where like that's the same thing as what cancel culture is. You know, they have the time to search up these old ass videos of people that have made mistakes in the past and then bring those mistakes back. You know, and it's like, bro, like I personally don't have the time to go back and look at all that shit. Like anybody that's busy, I for sure know that they don't have the time to do it. So whoever's doing it, I know for a fact they got nothing going on for their life.
That's so true.
And because like I'm busy, but like I know anybody who's working or doing something for their life, they don't have the time for it. So like it puts into perspective where like cancel culture really doesn't have, they have power only because corporations take their opinion seriously,
their image,
but at the end of the day, the people who really working out here, they don't really care about none of that.
But
shit,
I
bro.
think the culture is blind. I think the internet tell people how to feel and what to hate and what not to do. Because a lot of times, like it really don't be a lot of stuff that be in the headlines is really not that serious.
Yeah.
You think it's bots though? Like when I say bots, I mean like the Amber Heard, they just happened to trial. Shout out to Johnny Depp. He won, my boy.
Oh
won
yeah.
that shit.
So breaking news, guys.
Breaking news.
If you haven't heard, Johnny Depp won his case.
By the time we uploaded this, ain't no breaking news.
Nah, I'm gonna do a real for breaking news, guys. So Amber Heard was found guilty, but also Johnny Depp was found guilty. So it was like, you know, both were responsible.
Who was found more guilty?
But who won the most money was Johnny Depp.
But Johnny Depp never gonna get that money. That was just one of them things.
He wanted to clear his name.
That's what I was thinking. They were saying
It's
15 mil, but he's probably gonna get like what, 5 mil actually.
He might not never get none of it, but the simple fact is, it's okay. Like for example, if a girl called right now and I'm right here right now at this time, and tomorrow she say at the time that I was here, hey, he came over here and slapped the fuck out of me and assaulted me, they gonna come arrest me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna have to pay money to prove that I didn't do anything, even though it's proof that I didn't do anything. I may get my car towed if I get arrested. You know what I'm saying? I may lose business opportunities and all of that. So it's like one of those situations where a lot of times people be in jail because they don't, or people just settle with what they dealt with or just pay the ticket because they don't have the money to get a lawyer to fight just to prove a point. But Johnny Depp got enough money to, bitch, I'm going to prove a point.
I feel like Johnny Depp was doing the right thing because he was seeing the Me Too movement, and it's a beautiful movement, right? You girls are allowed to speak up. But this right here brings up a bad notion where like girls can easily lie and they can easily get away with it until they are proven that they're lying. So like this is the opposite of, you know, innocent until proven guilty. It's like guilty, but you got to prove yourself now.
Yeah, so, that's what he's saying, where like the Me Too movement it's great in a way, but also you don't think there's a lot of girls out there that are taking advantage of it too? You know, I mean, Amber Heard is taking advantage of it.
I just think about the phrase "Me Too," and it's just like the dude like, man, I used to get $10,000 back in the day a day. Me too. Me too. Me too.
No, you
Me
didn't.
Too. Me
I
too.
feel what you're saying.
This girl actually got assaulted, but you're like, you know what? I got assaulted too. You know what I mean?
She probably see the amount of attention she's getting and shit.
Dead ass. Bro, no cap. You're absolutely right. Because I've seen like girls that are beat the shit up, bro. And it's disgusting from a man, bro. And, you know, that's where you want to, you know, fucking, you know, do all what's necessary and you know, legally to, you know, bring justice. But like, I see your point. Like, Me Too. And bro, the last time I saw a face like that beat up, I hope I never see it.
I'm going to say something on the record I've never said before on camera. And like to even a lot of my friends ain't heard this shit. I've been falsely accused of not no sexual shit. Bullshit.
He
like
said,
that.
thankfully.
Nah, yeah. But the motherfucker tried to say that I did something to him that I didn't do. The problem was that we was at a party with dozens of people there. Everybody know I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But that ain't stopped this person from saying these things, and now you got these people looking at you sideways. It's like damn, like what?
Like because that's one thing. Like you might prove that you're not guilty, but he puts in that seed where like people are gonna doubt.
What's different is when you don't know that you've been accused of something. and people just start acting just like, what the fuck going
Well,
on?
you know
Yeah.
what's crazy,
that's
bro?
crazy, yeah.
I feel like I feel like anybody will go through that part of their life because folks
I haven't
they're
gone
trying
through
to. Well, maybe because you're really cool with a lot of folks until you meet that one individual that really fucks with.
I'm really the type of person that I can see through a person and I can see the crazy of the person. So like I stay away from it. Like
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm saying, like I feel like a lot of folks they can see how good you're doing, and they can see themselves as like, you know what, I don't think I'm doing that good, or I don't think I'm doing as good as him,
Mhm.
and then they either trying to bring you down just so they can have closure within themselves that, you know what, if I can't have that, he can't have that, or
Yeah.
vice versa. You know what, they just fucking don't
But
like
it's an
you.
illusion. It's an illusion.
It's an
It's
illusion,
a-
and not yours, but theirs. That's why
Yeah.
they're trying to like create that sense
I've
of like,
had people trying to do the things that I do, and not saying no cocky way, but just like not understanding. I play my position. I
Yeah.
played the chess pieces to be able to do this. If I want to drink champagne every day and smoke weed all day and have a job and have other ventures
mhm.
where I could accumulate income, I can afford to do that.
For real,
Yeah.
facts.
You could be right beside me. You could live right with me. If you're not in a position to do that, you got to play your role till you can be in that position. And people
Exactly.
don't know. They just see the end result. Like come
Mhm.
in and I'm fly. But when I was sleeping in my car, I was still fly.
Hey,
When I had to walk an hour and 40 minutes to work, I was still fly.
facts, man.
And I did that. Like here in Texas, nobody know me. Nobody's slowing down to give me a ride or whatever. So it's really all illusion. It's just like the girl strolling, like, I don't want to be happy just like them, and don't know, like, yeah, I'm fucking her. Like, you don't even, you know what I mean?
I feel like
they not really happy. It's just an illusion.
I see what you're saying,
and
bro.
that's all social media, bro. At the end of the day, that's all social media. That's the only thing that's bro.
I deleted all my high school friends on God. Like I did,
You got tired of seeing the babies.
bro. Not even that, bro. Not even that because
Bro,
like
I have
we're,
a thing. As soon as a girl pregnant, if they're not close to me, I'm removing them from my social media, bro.
man.
I ain't trying to see no babies, bro.
I done got blocked by people. I don't know. But I don't know. I blocked somebody before. But it's because I didn't want to humiliate them. So I blocked them.
damn. Nah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like it's because like I want to take the initiative that like, you know what, it's not that you're not doing better than me, but it's just that like I'm not here to entertain you.
Yeah. No, it's just, okay. I could have pulled in and been like, man, how that bitch ass nigga get a Jeep like that? Or I could be like, bro, how you get that Jeep?
Still
Like,
want to
put me-
get the answer.
Put me up on game. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. Like, either you go hate the guy with it or you go learn from the guy with it.
Hey,
Damn.
that's a cool perspective of going about things.
And he's put it into perspective that those are the only ways you go about it. Either you go the route. What do you think they usually pick? Like as a person, like people regularly.
I think it would just depend on how you raise, how you come up, what type of person you are. Like people evolve, but most of the time people are content with their ways, and they have enablers to let them feel like whatever they do is okay. I think most people, for the most part, they choose hate, and just like I say, even where I'm coming from, like it's like you could be the best at what you do, you could be one of the best, or anything, or you could be no matter what. People gonna have something negative to say. But I just never been the type to be like, oh, he got this, I hate that. It's a artist from my city that's getting a lot more traction than a lot of people have gotten. And it's like, I don't necessarily rock with the music like that, but I still play it. I still put other people on because I want all us to win ultimately.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know him personally to feel away or not feel away. So he's just another artist to me, even though he's from where I'm from. But it's just like I want him to win. Like, what you looking at the next man hating for? Like,
And you never stop learning. I feel like if you're an
Mhm.
individual that is always wanting to, grow as an individual, because I feel like, yeah, we retired, folks? Are you retired? I don't think you're retired. So why are we out here
No.
being a know-it-all type of shit? Like, you know what? Your shit fake or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, bro, like that mentality gonna keep you in that spot.
it's better to get it slower. How we doing it to gradually get there because you appreciate different. I know a lot of rich people. I be around a lot of rich people, and 70% of them are miserable.
Yeah,
They
man.
miserable. They got the perfect job that they hate.
They
They got the
hate.
perfect wife that they hate.
Ah.
They just had another baby that they can't say it, but they hate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They don't hate the baby, but they hate the fact that they had another baby. So I know these people don't be happy.
I see.
I
You.
think one of my realizations, like 2-3 years ago, I was at McDonald's drive-thru.
Hey,
And I had
working or dry or
Drive-thru.
I used to work at McDonald's too for a short period of
Facts.
time. I was mean to the customers.
Oh
bro.
no.
It was one of them things where I'm just here. I got time. I could do some shit. But then I was real snappy with them. But I had reached a realization because I had pulled behind a Rolls Royce.
Mm.
And when they put the money out the window and I saw them give them the change, you think, black car come out the window, this or that. And it hit me. I was like, you know what? Whoever driving it may be better off than me that I'm assuming this. But they still eating the same thing I eat. They still
That's
like the
right.
same women I like. The same drinks. You know what I'm saying? The same kind of scotch, wine, whatever. It's just about your taste as a person, and it's about looking at people knowing that it's happiness. Like, people think, oh, I got this, I got that. I'm happy, I'm successful, but a lot of these people are struggling to maintain.
Yep, that's true.
Like, even people who just say you a nurse, but you working in Dallas, and you see, all of the rent just went up. How is that going to throw off your overall retirement plan, your 401k, your everyday life-to-life situation? So I look at it differently.
I see what you're saying. There's always perspective to it. They eating the same food you eating, so why the fuck am I out here saying like, you know what? I'm only gonna eat Chipotle because it's bougie. Yeah, so that
Chipotle bougie, bro.
bro. But that's that mentality that
I was
folks
about to
have.
say.
Like some
I
don't
cook a
question-
lot. I only really go out to eat because women like to get out there.
Yeah,
But I cook a lot. So I'm that person that instead of going to a steakhouse spending $200-$300 for a good night,
yeah.
I'm gonna spend about $150. And we're gonna have a great night.
Bro, for real, man. I be even taking shit to go sometimes, bro. Because that to go, I don't know why it's cheaper, bro. It's the same shit, but it's just to go.
Yeah.
Nah, I save a lot of money cooking. Like, even
You save a lot, bro. I think
Yeah.
everybody's expense. At least I know for sure for a fact, it's always the to go, the fast food, or everything.
Mhm.
All that's up, bro.
Bro,
Convenience.
I have a baby coming up, man. So I'm excited, bro.
this your first one?
First one, bro.
Let me ask you
Boy,
something.
girl.
Yeah,
It's a boy.
boy.
Okay.
What? You have girls or boys?
7-year-old girl.
You don't want a boy,
Yeah, I want a boy. I got his name and stuff picked out.
but you don't got the kid though yet. Come on,
Not
bro.
yet, not
Look,
yet.
Yeah,
Stop,
yeah,
stop
you gotta
pulling
work on it.
out. Stop
So
pulling out.
let me ask you something, bro.
I
So
don't
there's
be, I don't be putting out. I just
that hasn't God hasn't given to you yet. Bro.
I'm just fucking with you,
Hey,
bro.
bro. So there's a rumor that Migos are splitting, bro.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you something. To you, who is the best Migo?
Let's see. That's a hard one. See, it's between Takeoff and Offset. I think Quavo, he come up with some good hooks. He got that voice. Well, I don't think they breaking up.
Offset unfollowed them, and then
Yeah, but
they put a project
But I'm
nephew
just-
and uncle.
I'm just thinking to myself though, like,
It might be
what's
promotional.
a way we could generate? Just unfollow me, bro. Like, they gonna be on our dick if you unfollow me, and then they go feel like there's some shit going on. Just go push it up higher. And when they ask us stuff on TMZ, just don't be direct.
Be like, nah, nothing happening. We just
Yeah, they don't even say that. He just said, nah, I don't want to come in. So it's just like, it could be something there, but I mean, at this point, do we really care?
no. But who is the best Migo?
I'd say, although Offset raps better, Takeoff raps really good too. I would say Takeoff, I like Takeoff the best.
Take off.
I did not like his album venture that he did amongst himself, which is why they better together. But
I think they're better together as well. I think I used to fuck with Offset a lot, but Alex, our other co-host that's not here, he said, nah, bro, when you listen to Takeoff music, like his verses,
yeah.
it's on a different level. The rhythm, the
wordplay,
bars,
yeah.
the wordplay and the bars, you can tell he's on a different level than both of them too. And then I started listening to it and actually paying attention to what he says. And I was like, oh shit, bro, this boy Takeoff is the best one
Yeah.
at rapping. Even though maybe his production wise on his album, like I said, you said his album venture didn't work out, I feel like if he has the right people behind him then maybe it could work out. But it takes a lot, to do it.
But
And
as fans, it's all like how we knew y'all. We knew y'all as Miko. So it's like
it's hard to separate
that's
it.
what people want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
And when you
what
get
the people
Quavo
want.
on the features, always for a hook,
yeah.
I think his best features are just always for a hook.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I see eye to eye with you on that one. Y'all said y'all watch other podcasts. Like, what's y'all favorite podcast?
Podcast? To me, it's Flagrant 2.
I love Andrew Schultz.
Or just it's Flagrant Now.
They could never cancel Andrew Schultz.
Never, man.
Or it's just Flagrant Now. Theo Von.
He really funny.
Theo Von as well. Theo Von's podcast, just himself. I think it's called What Happened This Past Week or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Theo Von, and then also I would say Tiger Belly. Tiger Belly with fuck. How did I forget
with his
name?
girlfriend and shit.
Bobby Lee. My boy Bobby Lee.
Bobby
Yeah.
Lee.
That dude's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
I think those three are my top podcasts.
What y'all think about the Fresh and Fit guy?
Oh man,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I respect what they say, bro, because a lot of it is honesty and it's truthful. If you want to live that lifestyle, like I don't know why people hate on it. If that's how they choose to live, I mean, a lot of girls choose to live that way too, in a different, in their way, and
but
the female version of it.
I feel like Fresh and Fit would be a little bit more respectful to everybody else that don't hate them, because like, bro, like look at your fat ass, bro. You swear you got game, now it's just your clout. That's why I feel like, to me, it's to an extent it's fake. That's why I don't really like them. That's why I don't really watch them.
I don't hate on them, but I just feel like they just a bunch of tender dick individuals.
Exactly, bro. That's why I'm
never
like,
had nothing. That never did nothing. Like,
exactly, bro.
Like they'll say, I'm the alpha male. So if I work all day and I tell a girl to give it to me, she's supposed to give it to me. If she don't, I'm gonna go get it from somebody else. And I'm like, well, it's still simp behavior, because if your girl not giving it to you, that means you paying for everything for free.
Bam.
And if you got to go to somebody else, that's gas money. If you're going out, you got to pay money to go out. You paying money just to smash somebody.
Exactly.
Somebody
So
else.
that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's why I feel like Fresh and Fit. Yeah, they have great conversations and shit. But like at the end of the day, bro, like it's your fucking clout, not your personality. I feel like, bro, if I was to be put on that show, bro, from a mile away, they could sense that, you know what, this nigga is. My bad. This motherfucker is.
It's okay. I'm okay with it.
No, I feel like that's what I mean. Like
Fat Joe been saying, nigga.
Fat Joe's white, bro. Ain't no way he's Hispanic.
No, his name is Joseph, bro. Joseph Alvarado.
Ain't no way he got green eyes and he's Hispanic, bro.
He Fat Joe, and then y'all still got Nor. He have like
Joseph Antonio Cartengana. That motherfucker is Hispanic, bro.
Nah, but they just some tender dick guys.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You could tell like the way. I'm gonna tell you first of all, if you pay attention. How many times do they have girls who are nurses and lawyers and prestigious women that act a certain type of way? They only put a certain type of women on the show to try to belittle the women. But I'm like, bro, y'all just, they lame as fuck. And I just be like, to your point, they do have a lot of good points. Like, of course, if I got money and I got clout, I do have access to what I want to have. I may not choose you. I may
that's
not
the part where I
you.
say, yeah, they're correct.
But then it's just like a lot of this other shit. I was just like,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like their point of view of girls is it's wrong, Like not saying wrong, but like it's stupid because you can tell they're kind of like they're kind of weak minded. But I just can't hate on it because they're making a lot of money off of it. Because most of their followers are all the same type of people, like the same type of guys. When you see
but they leading them
live,
wrong. They leading them wrong because you think you telling these guys like.
Exactly.
That you could do whatever and you can have whatever. All women ain't built the same like all women ain't. I mean, men ain't built the same. So it's I think it's very toxic what they doing. Like a lot of the points that they making, it's a point. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it makes sense, but it's like the way you deliver, the way you say it. Like I'm gonna tell you, anybody over the age of 25, they say, we get laid all the time. We get like, when have you ever used that seriously? Like, yeah, bro, I got laid.
Yeah, so like
that's some lame ass shit to just say.
Yeah, so like that's why we're like progressing as as you get older, then you start to realize that your sexual intercourse is that's your shit type of shit. Like, and then mine is mine and shit. Whether they're your boys or not, but like that's what I'm trying to get at. That like this mentality that like the girls are gonna obey you for whatever, or else I'll just go get another girl. I don't know, bro. That's that lame
gotta-
mentality that like you should.
But what kind of girls are you dealing with that you had these experiences too? It's just
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying. It's only the type of girls they bring, like the ones that just came straight from the club, that are just literally looking for like a sugar daddy type of deal, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like
And-
there's that's like
if they bring
1%.
yeah, if they bring, first of all, they will never bring those type of girls that are like lawyers and all that type of shit because they're too busy to be
They
doing
don't
that
have
shit.
time,
They don't have
exactly.
time to be doing
I feel
that
like
shit.
girls are for the taking, whether they're wifed up or whatever. The point is that you decided to finesse that girl.
yeah, I don't fuck
And-
with married women though. Like,
But that's the point, that like you decided to finesse the girl, whether she was married or not.
yeah.
She was hopefully single. yeah,
No,
yeah,
I just,
exactly.
I ain't learned no lesson, but I just, you know, when you get your heart broke, you just.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. Like,
I don't want nobody to feel like
but
that.
the point is that there's an art to it. There's a beauty to it. There's respect. There's a balance.
No, it's just a casualness, and it's just one of them things where.
Like if we smash, we smash. If we don't, we don't. But like that was, that's it.
I mean, you could be the most quote unquote unattractive guy or whatever, but they still be having beautiful women because, like, at the end of the day, like, it is two different standards. It is two different expectations, but we don't set the expectations. The women set the expectations. They say, "Oh, y'all want us to look like this," but I never said that.
It has to do with the confidence too, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of it
because
has to do with confidence.
females are to an extent very sensitive, so like they want to be the best. They're
But
always
who
very
do they
competitive.
want validation from? Do you want validation from me or the streets? You see what I'm saying? Because you could get you could get pretty as fuck, go out, get your hair and nails done, you looking sexy as hell, take 1,000,000 pictures, all the men at the club lusting over you. And when you come home and it's time for me to tear that ass up, you got on the bonnet and you took all the makeup. I want to fuck the girl that everybody got to see.
yeah.
Hey, but I get what your point, where like it's like it could be the streets, it could be the Walmart, it could be whatever. They just don't want to be looked at upon as in like not the girl that takes care of herself. But like
But I think it's her own insecurities, you know?
But that's where I get to the point where like Fresh and Fit is so lame, because like if I go out with a girl that's the shit, I feel like Fresh and Fit would be the boys there would be like the type of individual that can't handle a fine ass bitch in a fucking club. Like the amount of people that are gonna be going up to her, the amount of folks that are trying to gonna try to take her away from you, and I feel like they're gonna start some beef. I don't know, where like that's what I mean. Like there's just ways.
It's
that
just
you can,
quality. It's just quality of people. Like okay, like I say, it's a lot of. It was a turnaround for me coming down here. I come from where you had to. Okay,
damn. Tell us how you get a girl in Mississippi.
like in Mississippi, it's like I gotta kiss your ass. I gotta make you like me. I could say, look, I'm a king. I do this. My credit score good. I got a job. I got a car. Baby, like yeah, whatever. But in the same breath, she could say, I'm a queen, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And I'm supposed to just automatically treat you as such because you said that.
Yeah.
But I gotta validate myself. So I grew up, like I ain't gonna lie, when I was young, like I taught my older cousin, my partners how to do this trick and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so boring where we from. When I'm making money, I'm just gonna spend it on girls I like. Yo, you wanna go out to eat? Yo, you want these shoes? Yo, you wanna do this? You wanna do that? And then I had to realize, like, every girl don't deserve it. And then it evolved into, damn, like, why the fuck I'm putting all this effort in to, like, feel like this? And then you come to Texas and I got a girl taking me out to eat, taking me to concerts, doing this and doing that, and I hadn't even slept with her yet.
Facts, bro. Yeah.
Hadn't kissed her yet.
Mhm.
Nothing. And she treated me like that. Something the whole time. It's like, this how I'm supposed to be treated the whole time. And I just been letting these women just do me.
Well, where you lived in Mississippi, was it a smaller town?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Because I grew up here in the big city, so I feel like to me that's normal, you know.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of clash between identities within the male and female relationship, because there's a lot of folks that are like, you know what, a guy is supposed to provide and protect, and the woman is supposed to stay at home and cook. But like you got folks nowadays that are like literally,
women
the man in the house is actually the one staying at home, and the female is the one actually like working. And I'm just like, this is 2021, bro. This is 2022.
In the words of the great T.K. Kirkland, I gotta give him his credit. I will either pay all of the bills or I will be faithful, but I'm not doing both.
And you gotta accept that.
It's just the thing. So it's like in my household, I'm the cook because I love cooking. That's what I do. That's my comfort zone. I like to sip tequila, sip champagne, smoke weed, and cook. Come up with music and cook. So women not allowed to cook in my house.
Mm.
And if you do, it's a privilege I'll let you do. Okay, I'll let you do it this time since you want to do something for me. But it's just, I'm not with the traditional stuff, but it's like women got to understand they can't have it both ways. I remember working jobs and women like, we equal, we fought for equal rights. I want to get paid the same thing. Can you take out the trash?
Hey, so let me ask you
You
this.
take
then.
out the trash. You fought for the right to be able to do this. Take it out.
Let me ask you this then. As a man, are you okay with today's age where like a female is working 40 hours and the man is staying at home taking care of the kids?
I mean, to each his own. I want the woman to be working like I'm working, because it's all about communication and what you said earlier, like learning. It's always a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't gonna learn nothing being at home on the phone all day. What you gotta take care of the house for? We both clean. I cook. You see what I'm saying? So what is it for you? What is it really for you to do? But just to waste time. Don't waste time. Go read.
I think
book.
the roles
Go
were
get a
the
job.
roles were more set back in the day. You know, I think the roles were more set, and that's why a lot of families. I mean, the family standard always back then was a lot better. You know, I think it's like this age now where we're living. It's more like it's hard to tell who's who. You know, in the relationship between female and male.
No, I definitely,
or
I
male,
definitely
female,
seen
female.
it, and I definitely like. It just depends on people liking their situation. I remember being, I worked at this restaurant probably like 2-3 years ago, and this guy was like, I was like, "Would you like a drink?" He was waiting on his wife and the kid. He's like, "I don't know, I gotta check with her first." It's like, what the fuck? Like, check.
Okay.
I ain't checking with
Exactly.
nobody.
Exactly. So I feel
Bro,
like
as a seller, you be getting
but
that shit.
at the end of everything, his wife pulled out a black card and paid for everything. Pulled out a black card, so I was like,
Oh, she
okay,
definitely
yeah,
the one.
play your role, play your
exactly.
role.
So that's what I was about to tell you
Yeah.
guys. Like, I feel like everybody knows me as an individual that provides and protects.
Yeah.
But like, if you were to ask me, if you were given the choice to stay at home and the female only worked, boy, would I sign up for that. Man, you have no idea how much of an opportunity these females have
But see,
nowadays.
I ain't
She
built
can,
like that.
she can work at a strip club. She can do whatever she needs to get that bread, and she will outwork me. The amount of work that I can put in as a man, yeah, you're right. I can go far, but I feel like females nowadays can go even further.
But it's just this too. Like, what are you doing for a living? Are you doing something that feels like work? Are you doing something you happy with? Are you doing something for the hell of it?
I'm not saying that I personally would do it because I really physically wouldn't be able to, because you're absolutely right. I need to go out there. I need to make connections. I need to be out there
In the mix.
In the mix, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know what? I can't be doing that if I got to take care of a kid. So, baby, stay home. Take care of the kid. It can even be yours.
But it's so hard these days because you want to have a big family, but then like child care in Texas is outrageous.
Yeah.
Like that shit.
Tell me about it, bro.
It's outrageous.
Nah, I'm
You know,
straight, I don't even know.
I was gonna ask you
I
about
was just
that.
cap,
I was
bro.
gonna ask you about that. Do you think that it's do you think it's based off of race, child support? Because I feel like folks would go through child support. You know, it's a whole lot of mess, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's very disrespectful to put someone on child care.
I'm in a small percentage of the gentlemen that has officially been taken off of child support.
Hey,
Not
shit,
many people can say
congratulations, my
that.
boy.
I feel like it's disrespectful.
One of my managers was talking about that because he said his kid is 17 years old. And he always talks about it because this is his last year in child support. He's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm going to do so much with that money, extra money I got. I don't got to take
Well,
care
they
of
wasn't
this.
hitting me for a lot because at the time it wasn't really, you can't say what I'm doing, how much I'm making. And then I went voluntarily to it. Ain't like they really just, they tried to come, but they ain't have to come look for me. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I feel like. I feel like personally, I would put myself on child support if I had to, because like
that's the best thing to do.
right. But at the same time too, there's females that don't even want that from you because they're like, you know what?
I see a lot of that in Texas.
Yeah,
I heard that.
you go do you, baby. But don't worry, this kid, if you want to be present, that's the best you can do. I don't give a shit about your money. I don't give a shit about your bread. I need you to be the dad. And if you want to, if you can't step up to that, don't worry. The stepfather that stepped up will do that.
And even when I was in jail, I was in there with quite a few people who was there like on child support. That,
Right.
Like, oh, I owe 60,000. I'm like, and they think you gonna make it in here?
For real.
Damn.
Exactly. So I feel like this notion that
How is it paid in jail?
you
Huh?
can't.
I what?
How is it paid? You can't work at jail? Make certain
Let
money?
me tell you something, man. When I came down here, like I said, I got in a little bit of trouble. So I had a suspended license. I was walking for a while. And then I came up, I got my car. I was in a school zone. This how this shit all started. And I didn't know I was in a school zone. I got pulled over. He's like, yo, your license suspended, which I knew that already. So I was just accumulating tickets, this situation, that situation. So by the time they caught me, it was the night before I was supposed to go on vacation with my family in Oklahoma. I think Broken Bow somewhere. I went to a gas station. I was about to make a sale. And boom, they hit me. And I failed the ID because I was like, I'm just gonna act like I'm my brother. I ain't trying to go to jail tonight. So then they pulled up a picture of my brother and they trying to figure it out. They looking like, oh, it's kind of the same, but it ain't. Then they smell the weed coming from the car. So I had 7 different warrants and picked up 2 new charges that night.
Dang.
So I went on tour from, I was arrested by Addison. They took me to.
He went on tour.
I went on tour. I was arrested in Addison. They took me to Carrollton. From Carrollton, I went to Luceric, Dallas County. That shit was crazy. I stayed there probably like 12, 11 days. From Dallas County, I was in a holding cell freezing my ass off for like 23 hours. Then the colony came and got me. Then I went from the colony to Farmers Branch.
Damn.
So I could tell you what's the best food, which mattresses smell like bleach, which jail got the rats in the wall. It's fucked up. Like when I was getting arraigned in Dallas County, mind you, I made it at like 11 in the morning. I didn't get in my cell till 2 a.m. So I'm just freezing my ass off in Jordan shorts for like the longest. And I went to arraignment. These folks literally arrested a mentally handicapped person for smoking weed. The judge reading him his charges, he's just like so incoherent. And then it hit him, he realized he was like, oh, this person's slow. Oh, I got to release him on. It's like the system fucked up. They tried to rearrange me on charges that I was already arraigned on. And all of that. Luckily, with the 2 new charges I picked up, they got the weed throughout. And my lawyer worked out a deal. I got 6 months deferred probation. And that shit turned into a year because I was living over here. I was living like an hour away from where I had to do probation.
Damn, bro.
And,
that was a whole tour, bro. That shit was crazy.
Oh,
But,
no,
like-
it was, man, I'm telling
Did
you.
your lawyer get you a good deal?
Yeah, the deferred probation, pretty much like it ain't gonna really pop up like that when jobs try to get you or whatever. It's deferred, but I do want to get it expunged, so I plan on writing the governor soon, just so I won't have anything. But yeah, like all of that, I ain't got no felonies because when I got in trouble at home, I had my little sister in the car. She was probably like 15, 16 at the time. I had I was supposed to be going to get my daughter from Hattiesburg, and I had been driving my grandmother's Mercury I think it was a Mountaineer or something.
Hey.
And you know, the big trucks, you gotta heavier foot. I just so happened to take my mama car. She had a Maxima. The tag was out. She had updated insurance. The insurance card wasn't in there. They caught me speeding. I had like a half ounce of weed that I had blunt. I just lit up. The officer pulled me over. And he was like, you got anything else in the car? I'm like, nah. So I gave him the weed up front. In the trunk, I had a scale. I had a dirty gun. I had paint saline. All type of stuff. But he never searched the trunk because I gave him the weed up front.
You were honest up front, so they're like, yeah.
I gave him the weed up front. And he was like, I would let you go, but I got to call the DUI unit because if you pull off and something happened, you could sue us. So when the DUI unit came and saw the weed, and all that. He's like, nah, I'm taking your ass to jail. So that's how when I came to Texas, I had a suspended license and just trying to generate money and get on my own because I wasn't trying to stay with my uncle and them forever. Like I was getting charged here, there, paraphernalia here and there. Just shit was adding up. So when they hit me, I got failure to ID with fugitive intent was what they called the shit.
Because of your brother's ID.
Nah, I ain't have his ID. I just told him I was him.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
this is like failure to ID with fugitive intent. So like probably not when they
Oh,
pulled me
shit.
over. They just,
Bro,
You almost got away with it too. Shit.
Was you
Did you
ever-
look like your brother?
Not too much. We got different daddies, but it was like one of them things where I was just getting frustrated. I was like, look, can I just call somebody to get my car so they don't tow my shit? And my homie house that I was pulling up to at the time, I had called and told him like, yo, the police behind me. I may need you to come get my car because I know I'm going to jail. It's one of them things where you know.
Damn.
He stopped answering the phone.
Bro, like.
Damn.
The police was sitting there like, yeah, I guess your buddy just.
That boy was probably all right. He's like, I ain't trying to go.
Was he never like in the cops episode, bro? Like that shit sounds so crazy.
In jail it's crazy because like in Dallas County, they got me in there with people waiting to go to state. People like violent people and this like that. I mean, it was cool because you can't go in there. I don't know. I was more like, I felt like God was saving me from something. So I really wasn't tripping too hard. But then I was like, because I came with money, I didn't get a toothbrush. I didn't get deodorant. I didn't get this. You got to pay for that on commissary if you got money. The problem was commissary was down the first 4 days I was in there.
Why?
So I had to learn because it's like you got regular people working with computers, right? And they come in every cell pod, and they plug in the computer thing, and either it connect or it don't connect. If they don't get a signal, you can't get nothing. So because commissary was down, I gotta make a deal with this guy so I can get deodorant. I gotta make a deal with this guy so I can get, like, I had to learn that shit quick. And all they wanted was the blue bag of the coffee because that coffee is like 5 times the normal strength or some shit like that. So they had the big blue bag. This white guy was like, look, man, just give me a big blue bag of coffee when commissary come and I'll give you anything you want.
Damn.
So it's like, then it was some okay guards, but then you got a lot of hood rats in there. It's just,
I see what you're saying,
it's
bro.
some bullshit. Like, and then it's
man.
cold as fuck. Like, they don't want you to wear the blankets on the floor.
Yeah.
I done seen people get bitched up. I was
Holy
actually
shit.
working there. They had me as a trustee, so I was working doing laundry every day. That was some of the nastiest shit ever. I never knew women was that nasty. So I had to do that.
Dang.
No, it was crazy. I lost 18 pounds in jail.
Oh.
Because I wasn't
Damn.
eating that shit. Like, I was like, I can't eat that. That's trash. I'm a picky eater anyway, but in jail, I'm just like, I can't eat it. Like, but I learned a lot. I had some funny times. I met a dude in there that was addicted to meth, a Hispanic guy. He was one of the funniest motherfuckers ever. He told us that Miley Cyrus was his friend. They didn't have sex yet, but they wanted to have sex. He said he built robots, and every day he'll be scribbling shit. And like, yeah, this is my new creation. But he was the only Hispanic that didn't hang with the other Hispanic dudes.
Oh, no.
Because, the Hispanics in jail, they like tight-knit. They working out together. If you fuck up, we on your ass. If you bitching. And the Hispanic dudes, they respected me because they was like, man, you the only black dude who ain't quit this job. I would go do what they do and then go back and work some more. So this one dude, he would always have to work by himself. He'll eat by himself, and he'll just be sitting there. But I chop it up with anybody, so I'm chopping it up. And one day, I could draw good. Like, I could pretty much draw anything, but I got to be in the mood. So I'm in there just scribbling because I'm in jail. Like, what else I'm going to do? Like, I'm tired, I'm cold, whatever. So I drew this picture, and he saw it. He was like, that's amazing. So the next day, he come in, he's like, so I just got to tell you, I saw that creation you did the other day, and it made me think about something, and I had to draw a new robot. And keep in mind, all these pictures he got, they not robots. They just scribbles. They just scribbles and shit. And he kind of drew his version of my picture with just scribbles connected to it. And he was like, it's beautiful. And I was like, man, I should sue your ass. And then he was like, you could. And then I was like, bruh, that meth don't be fucking you up. And he was like, Nah, that shit make me smarter.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing like crackheads, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, ain't nothing like crackheads.
It's crazy.
That's hilarious,
The
bro.
gay dudes in jail, they was just like, it was this one gay dude that was like, for a good amount of the pod, like he had them under control. Like he was like, yeah, I got it was like he was like the Don of the fat gay shit in jail. Like,
Oh, no.
like he had all the snacks, he had all the money in the cloud. It was people like I one of the Hispanic dudes, he was like, look at the homie over there acting gay. Just so he could get them some soups, because they don't call them noodles in jail, they call them soups.
No.
So he's like, just so he could get them soups. One day I remember, and when I said I was fucked up, I ain't have it. It's like, he say, youngster, I could give you something. I was like, nah, I'm straight. I'm good.
I'd rather lose the weight, fam. I'm looking a little overweight, so I'm good.
Nah,
I don't gotta eat today, you know what?
Yeah. No, I kept seeing a Popeyes commercial. They was advertising some shit, and I kept saying, when I get out of this motherfucker, I'm getting too up.
Damn, how long were you in there for then?
Altogether, it was like 16 days.
Damn, 16 days. And that's a whole fucking. Have you ever seen Orange is the New Black? That shit was crazy.
But that's why, like, jail is different. Like this, like, you can't smoke a cigarette. You can't do it's just one of them things. You around people who really got years, and they'll fuck you up if they have to. But that's just like, I ain't coming down on macho shit. I was just on some myself shit. I'm still joking on people. And like I say, the people who was running the cell pod, they respected me because of my work ethic anyway. So I really ain't have to worry about too much in there. Most of the young black guys was in and out like a day or so. The older black guys, we chop it up and do shit like that. But it's really, the system fucked up though. Like,
Nah, yeah, for sure, man.
I get what you're saying, bro. Before we go, guys, do you have any work that you're gonna be putting out there that you want to let the audience know?
Reason?
I'm working on an album, but I don't want to announce the title and stuff yet. But Silk Foster Jr. on all streaming platforms. You could type it in. I got 3 albums, 3 great bodies of work. My homie C. Jones from Jackson, Mississippi, he just dropped a movie. It's like a hip hop opera type shit. Like, so it's like his songs mixed in with the movie. I got a cameo in the movie. You should
short
really
film?
check it. Yeah, it's called Dark Vibes, the movie, and Vibes with a Z. C. Jones, SEE Jones. Definitely look out for Buddy Love. You could catch him on the streaming platforms too. Buddy Love. He got some great music out. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. You know.
Yeah, now for sure. When you come back, I mean, you say the project you're still working on it. So shit,
Oh, yeah.
hopefully by then you have it done or shit.
Yeah, I'm slowly, meticulously just working so I could get it right where I need it to be.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff going on. Like I'll probably take a hiatus from social media for a while, just being seen. Like I'll probably promote things, but I got some work I got to do. But
It's good to get off the social media, bro, because it's a lot of wasting time, scrolling through random shit.
Yeah, I
that
can't.
you're not gonna
get
get no information.
You can
out.
use social media as a good thing and as a bad thing. I mainly like to think about it as a good thing.
Oh no, you can use it for good or bad, but I'm saying 97% of the people use it for like just.
Oh yeah, bro, it's
waste
addicting.
time. Yeah, it's
them
addicting.
reels, bro. I'm making reels, and I'm like, shit. Let me watch.
And then
more
I start
reels.
watching one, and then you're just like,
Hell
there.
yeah, bro.
And then
one
when
more-
you realize it's an hour.
One more thing before I go, man, because I want to talk about the real shit too. Like that's why I ain't getting too much into my music or none of that, because y'all could go listen to the music. But
Yeah.
this shooting that just happened with the kids, how do y'all like? Because there's a lot of arguments about gun control and this and that. Like how do y'all personally feel?
I feel like there's no regulation, and I feel like that's the one place that there shouldn't be regulation. You got regulations for everything. I can't get a good price on my insurance because I'm not 25 yet. But we can't treat a gun that can kill someone the same way as a car. I get that. I get that there shouldn't be regulations, and I'm all for the less regulations, the better. But shit, please sign me up if I have to wait till I'm 21 at least to get an AR-15. We don't live. We in Dallas, or we in Chicago. We're in the city. We're not out here farmland where like we gotta provide and protect our farm and shit. So So I feel like there's just not enough eyesight. And New York, they recently allowed people to sue the manufacturers of guns in an essence because they're just out there just releasing these products, knowing that it can hurt people and not pushing for regulation or not doing anything in general for their products to be safer.
Yeah.
So like I feel like there's just nothing happening, and I feel like that's not the right way to go about things.
I don't really know because like I'm an avid gun holder, toter. When I'm at work, when I'm at Kroger, when I'm everywhere, I got it.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have it and not need than need it and not have it. I think a lot of the issues is when people show you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Because this recent situation, people knew that this guy was thinking like that. He was in that mind frame.
The Instagram post, come on, right?
Yeah. So it's just like when it's kids that got dying. Me, I have a 7-year-old that love school, love learning, love interacting with kids.
Yeah.
Through the midst of the kids being addicted to the tablets and this and that, she still want to just play and be social. So it's just like, you're supposed to be safe at school. So it's like, it's crazy because I understand. Like when people say gun regulation, I'd be like, to what degree of regulation?
Yeah, I agreed. And I feel like there's not, I don't think that they should ban guns. I believe that, there's signs that we're ignoring because there's just no observation, no sense of communication within, the seller and the buyer. And I feel like shit, if you're out here selling a vehicle that's like, that can go 0 to 100 in, 2 seconds, are you really going to sell it to a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old?
I think there should be a new task force assigned in every state, and where like their main focus is through social media, pinpoint those, because there's shit for terrorists, there's shit for gangers, there's RICO.
They'll block your account for something you say, and then it'll be people with whole manifestos.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So why can't there be a task force where they specifically look at these type of situations and pinpoint out who could cause this type of problem? That way they're on, what you call it, the Homeland Security shit, where like, what's the terrorist thing that...
Oh,
like,
you're talking about...
when they're like targeted, like they're on constant...
Oh, yeah, you're talking about like the
surveillance?
Well, there's the no-fly list, and then there's like the TSA, the NSA.
No, there's another one. It's just saying like, well, like a thing where terrorists are like on that list, and they have some connections to terrorism where they're constantly being watched. Well, I feel like that should be something that should be.
But terrorism, I'm gonna tell you what the real terrorism. Okay, if you look at the definition of terrorism, look up the definition. So I don't want to get this shit wrong.
I got you, bro.
So,
somebody who promotes.
I know we're supposed to be going, but I gotta give them a little history, because like I say, it's bigger shit. So the definition of terror, I can't read it from here.
I got you.
I'll read it to you. So the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims.
Okay, so an example of that is the Battle of Tonkin that led us into Vietnam. Declassified information proves that the Battle of Tonkin never happened. So a lot of what we deem is terrorism is exactly what the country is doing to us when you read that definition.
Fake propaganda?
Fake propaganda, or just exaggerated propaganda, because
to rile up the citizens.
Yeah, because when you think about it, at the end of the day, everybody wants the same thing. Everybody want to be safe. And they know if they could make us feel unsafe, then it'll give them the okay or the support.
To take the guns away.
To take or do whatever. And if they take our guns away, bro, the way that the world is headed, I don't think that's safe.
No, I feel like, I honestly believe that it's not a gun issue. It's a mental health issue. How are we going to get there? Well, we're not even asking for social media checks. We're out here, if you do an application for a job, we got to, ask and answer so many questions that some jobs even want to ask for a credit check.
Bro, it's a hate issue.
Yeah.
If you look at most of the shootings that happened, it'd have been mostly white racist kids or a white guy. Okay, we got the dude that was in Dallas. Whatever, that's an oddball out of the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You got other people who did stuff over the years, like the DC sniper. But when you look at modern day, if you go from Colin Blind and you go to Dylan Roof and you go to the guy that shot at the movie theater, this is domestic terrorism, but they never label it as domestic terrorism.
Right. So that's where we start going.
That's where it should be labeled as. That way, there's, like I said, that task force where they now finally pinpoint who could possibly do that. That way, they're able to prevent it, because that's the only way we're gonna do it. I feel like the being able to prevent it, it's easier to do than actually fixing the mental health issues.
Right.
But they
Because
more
that's so
concerned-
much so broad to fix something like that.
Because mental health is broad. So that's what I'm saying. Like we begin with, labeling of what it is, which is
But we all
domestic
suffer
terrorism.
from mental health. Some people just evil. Like, you gotta look at me. I'm a person. My dad got murdered when I was 5, triple homicide.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to grow up dealing with that. I done dealt with a lot. As you could say, like, in the short time, I done told y'all a few of the experiences.
Mhm.
But I could go on and on. Like, I never used that as an excuse to shoot
Facts.
nobody or
Exactly.
rob nobody or take
Yeah.
from nobody
You-
or fuck
I
over
think
nobody.
it made you an individual. You can look at it a lot of ways. For example, we have a friend that passed away, right?
Yeah,
And-
RIP.
And we always talk about how, like, you can either go south or north. You can either do what he would like for you to be at, keep going and be in that spot where one day he would have liked,
Mhm.
or you can just go to shit.
But even just like the guys who went and shot up women because he never got no pussy.
Yeah, that, bro. When did that? You see, there's just so many shootings.
And why is it so? Okay, listen, attention, people. We are in the age where the value of pussy is rapidly declining. Men would rather pay for you than deal with you. So how in the fuck could somebody say that they don't have it? You could just buy the experience.
Facts, man. And a lot of folks were like really like looking into that situation. We're like, you know what? We're balls deep in this situation, and that's why I keep,
Literally.
bro. Literally, bro. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like, bro, we're just doing nothing. We can't even label it domestic terrorism
Because we so concerned about painting this person as the monster, this person as the angel, we so caught up in the Johnny Depp
Bro,
and the
did
Amber
you-
Heard. What did they talk about on C-SPAN today?
Bro, did you hear about how like the mom of the shooting in Uvalde?
Mhm.
She was all like, "Forgive my son." I'm all like, "Bitch,
Forgive
if
me.
that was my son, please never
But
forgive my son."
even the black folks, the dude went in the church and shot up the church after they embraced him,
Oh,
and them
my
folks
God.
was on TV and they say like, we forgive them, and I'm like,
That's your religion shit, but like that mom was not religious, and she's saying the same shit as you, and she raised him, and you're saying the same shit, and you're supposed to be good.
but see, that's when it come down to parenting. Like, even
Mm.
now, like, you'll see kids act up, and you've been enabling this behavior forever. It's like this.
This kid needs to serve an ass whooping type of shit.
If you don't give a kid an ass whooping until they 5, they gonna be looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly.
You hadn't been whooping my ass all this time. What is this shit about?
Facts.
It's different. It's about conditioning. It's like, if we go out to eat somewhere, like, okay, I tell my daughter, tell them what you want.
That's amazing because I used to date a girl, bro. She wouldn't even order anything until she started dating me. I'm all like, damn, for real? Like, you've never like ordered something through the drive-through? No, I've never had to, and if I did, it was with my parents because I couldn't do it. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't know. And that's why I try to tell people, you can't really be judgmental because a lot of people don't know. I was telling somebody the other day, if I ask anybody who John Benet Ramsey was, they gonna know. But then if I ask who was Emmett Till, they don't know. So it's like you get these people who try to argue things and they don't know the history of it. I'm gonna say this, and I guess we
Facts,
could
man.
close it off after this. It's just like, I'm from Mississippi. The Confederate flag is a thing. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Confederate
Yeah.
flag, but
Yeah.
it's the Confederate flag. So you get a lot of people who say, this is my heritage. This is my family tradition. This isn't hate for me. But it's derived from a place of hate. So it's like, okay, if this means so much to you, who in your family started this tradition? They don't know. Okay, if this flag means so much to you, what about the other 2 variations of the flag? Why do y'all don't never show them flags? They don't know. They didn't even know it was other variations of the flag. So you tend to argue with people who don't even know their own history, let alone our history. They could tell you
Facts.
John Benet Ramsey was a white girl that died in her parents' home and it's unsolved. But they can't tell you that Emmett Till got drugged out of his family house. He got beaten. He got killed. And the people who did it got away with it. And the woman who lied on him to get him killed on her deathbed said, I
was lying.
lied.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what's crazier? Epstein's girlfriend,
Mhm.
what's her face? That's in trial.
Just well.
Yeah, her. Allegedly, she's the one that killed that girl right there, the Ramsey girl.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the point. Like, I know this shit, right? Because it's celebritized, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I love the fact that you said that you got to look at it in a historical perspective, because then you start realizing that like they really don't know. Like they're saying shit,
Yeah.
but like they just don't understand.
I mean, like the national anthem, it comes from a poem that's a racist poem.
Mhm.
Like the second half of the poem, if you read it, you be like, hold on, what the fuck? But then they get mad when I don't, like they used to get mad when I be places and I don't stand up and do this. Like, I was 3/5 of a person when they wrote the Constitution.
Facts.
They never wrote this shit for me or you.
Mm-hmm. Not even the females.
not even the females. They didn't get, like, you remember the days where you see the old movies where a girl say something crazy and he'll slap her then kiss her? They used to be acceptable.
Yeah.
Bro, so
Sometimes you gotta bring that back. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I went to high school and I was like straight up like I didn't give a shit about school. I just wanted to graduate because I was already hustling, grinding, working.
Mm-hmm.
But then I took AP US History. I'm all like, you know what? It was a college credit, the hardest class that you could potentially take in high school.
Mm-hmm.
5 out of 5. I took the test, passed it, flying colors. Always had a hilarious. I had like a 97, 98. And then in like math and algebra, bro, I failed. I took that shit twice or 3 times,
I
bro.
hate math. I used to avoid math. I loved English and stuff like that, but I hate math. I remember in college, I had convinced the pharmacy at college to give me some lean or whatever. So I was like pouring up in class every day. Then the teacher was trying to describe discourse communities to everybody and all the things that qualify for a discourse community. I was in class fucked up. I was like, what about drug dealers? And I shouldn't have said it because I could have made my job easier without saying it, but she teach the whole class on how drug dealers was like a discourse community. So like all the people just gotta understand the opportunities in life, the people you meet, whether it's bad, negative, it's lessons to be learned. Like you can't just be out here, like everybody go through shit, everybody got trauma. You can't use that shit as no excuse. You gotta be happy. Because people's level of success is not your level of success.
Yeah.
You know, people happiness don't define your happiness. So we just in a world where we are being divided, but we all want the same thing. We all want
Love,
to be happy.
Peace, happiness.
Love, have our kids straight. But I'll just advise anybody listen, don't be distracted out there.
Mhm.
Don't let them
Be careful.
distract you with the propaganda because the news ain't the news, it's popularity.
Hey,
Shit. It's
for real.
facts.
That's why the Young Turks and things of that nature exist. Even though they off of the deep end sometimes. But it's
Bro.
like, it's gonna be bullshit wherever you go.
Yeah.
Even if these people out the deep end.
Even if
It's
it's Alex
bullshit.
Jones or the Turks, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, and like, you know, Alex Jones, when he was talking about the Sandy Hook shit, I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have said that. Because it's like people want to be skeptical about everything because we know they lie. Because
It's
we
crazy
know.
how he apologized for that. Like literally, like not even like 6 months after that.
But he was
they
so
keep using that
correct.
against him just because the other shit that he's come out correct. They're like, fuck, we gotta quiet this motherfucker down.
You know,
Yeah.
Alex Jones is a wild ass motherfucker. Sometimes you got to be crazy.
But
to
I
say
feel like
this
he
shit.
shoots everywhere and he hits a lot of spots where like it's truthful.
Yeah.
But he's missed so much that like some people it's hard for them to believe.
But that's
him,
what
you
they
know?
want, bro. And I feel
But
like
that's what the
That's-
actual
and
when
that's
he
where-
hit the people that he actually coming at that's actually saying the truthful shit.
Bro, they
they're like
got
we
saved.
gotta hit him with
But
the.
have you noticed? I don't know if y'all noticed it because I don't know how deep y'all go into videos or the wormhole on YouTube and
Yeah.
stuff
Oh
like
shit,
that.
I'm deep in, bro.
But
Balls deep in.
But ever since Trump said it's election fraud, they gave them the means to go on these platforms and anything to do with any kind of conspiracies, whether it was true or not, you can't even find that shit no more.
Nope.
I remember finding footage of them faking the moon landing with a piece of paper by the window to make the earth look smaller. You can't find it. You know, I remember certain videos from 9/11 showing that, it was explosions going off in the building beforehand. You can't find it. I remember a leaked video of a Tomahawk missile hitting the Pentagon instead of the plane, but you can't find it.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And they're trying to shut it down because now the government. I feel like a lot of the stuff is getting controlled. Like a lot of social media is getting controlled by the government
Now,
and by certain political affiliations.
money.
You know,
Yeah.
it's money. It's based on money. I mean, shit. We go back to they shut down everything that had to do with Biden's son. Like all the laptop shit. They said it was a lie. Everything was a lie. But
Turned out
literally,
to be
like
true.
6 months later, everything was true.
we still don't know what happened to what was inside of it. Type of shit.
Well,
Oh,
we
well, we do know,
what
but
was-
like it's like the evidence. That's like the nail
They,
in the
but they
coffin.
faked it because why? Because it was going to affect the election.
Right, right.
But see, America has a way of doing this.
Yeah.
And then saying, I didn't do that. You didn't see that.
Well, America or the
It doesn't
government.
exist. I say America because it's all, you got to understand, any politician, right?
Yeah.
If I'm running for something and you an investor, you done gave me 100,000. You done gave me 200,000. You really think I'm my own man? When I get to the point where I got power, you really think I could do it myself or do what I want to do? Because then he's like, no, I'm invested in this, but I know this guy. We could do this and ruin you. I know that you did this. Because at the end of the day, we all human. And we all have things we have done, whether it's been legal or not.
Yeah.
But it could be perceived a certain way to the public if we running for office. So I
Facts.
tell people, you got to understand, these people that we put in the office to be the president, they'll never be their own person. From Obama to Biden to Trump to any of them, they never really their own
You
person.
know what?
That's why I always say any big government official has
but you
no
guys are
clean
missing
hands.
the point, and I always hate that whenever this is being told, we never get to the point where like it's Citizens United. That's the only reason why this is happening. Citizens United is a court rule. I'm sorry, it was a lawsuit that was won by Citizens United, a corporation that wanted to spend a shit ton of money on a campaign, but the government sued them and said, you know what, you only are limited to an X amount of money. But then they fucking sued and went to the Supreme Court, and they were like, you know what, you're actually right. It was like a 5-4 verdict, barely became legal. They were like, you know what, a corporation can spend as much money as they can afford because they're entitled just like how an individual would be. So they're like, you know
what does
what?
this got to do with
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much money that you can spend on an individual, on a campaign if you're a corporation or whatever.
Yeah. And they give you leverage. Basically, if you want to change something where you're from, vote locally. Because although it's still corruption, it's a lot less corruption. When you got all these people, like, just say it costs $10 million to run your campaign. How many of them people expecting something from you?
Yes, exactly. So these are called super PACs, and those.
But how many actual people look into local
They don't.
politics?
That's the
They
point.
don't. They
Like
just
Twitter-
complain.
Yeah,
That's the point. That's what
I hate this school system.
Yeah.
Who voted for the superintendent?
Mm-hmm.
I hate this sheriff. Who voted for him?
They don't even know who the mayor is of their own county.
And
Yeah.
we go back to the conversation that I feel like eventually it will change because the internet and people are being not necessarily woke, but more educated on like, like,
to an extent.
yeah, no, bro. But
I feel like everybody knows who the president and governor is
I feel
of their
like
state.
podcasts
But
wouldn't even be a thing if people weren't starting to realize that, you know what,
Yeah.
there's more truth than what is being
But the
told.
internet is powerful than all of that because the internet is going to tell you what to do. Look at all these people when it was campaign times. Everybody turned into politicians. Everybody knew it all. Now look at your timeline. How many of them people still talking about politics?
no
Yeah.
one.
Exactly. So this upcoming election, bro, it is gonna define the United States, man.
You know, it's crazy. I sent myself a lot of tweets of like Biden tweeting at that time, election time, and people fighting me over politics. And that I'm gonna post later on and be like, look at all the promises he did, and tell me how many did he actually completed that y'all were advocating for him.
No,
for.
it's just like, okay, like even if you look at Kamala Harris, she is the first woman vice president and the first black woman vice president. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yep.
We don't care.
Yeah,
We don't care.
because like that's just it,
I don't even think she came from like,
bro. But that's the part where
I
like
think her family was
Well,
like,
I mean, I think it was the 94 crime bill, the 3 strikes and you out, like all that
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah, dude,
like a
that's-
lot of people held grudges for that, but then it was like really Biden just used her as a decoration to be like, okay,
Exactly.
we get her, we get the black folks. And I seen her even like a lot of my family, like they
They ate it up.
They with the shit, but they don't understand. Like a guy told me, he say, look, man, people vote on a paycheck. If a Democrat in office, I got to pay more taxes.
Mm-hmm.
If a Republican in office, I don't. I may not agree or like this person, but I don't want to pay more tax. And it go back to the discussion I was making, like, how many people have we worked for that have been bigots or racist or biased in any type of way? We don't care. We just cash the fucking check.
Facts.
It ain't gonna stop. Like, they was mad at Chrisette Michelle when Trump was first campaigning because she performed for Trump for money. But what's the difference between somebody going to work and performing for money?
Right. And Reagan.
Shit, you be serving the racists at work when you're a waiter or some shit and you don't even know, but he giving you a good tip. So are you gonna say no to the tip?
You ain't gonna say no to nothing because people don't. Money is stronger than hate.
Hell yeah, that's fast.
You can hate a motherfucker and just because he say, yo, I'm gonna give you some money, you be like, okay.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know, that's what I mean, where like we're evolving as society where like we're starting to accept that notion of like you were brought up as a hardworking individual.
Yeah.
And that's really gonna paint the story in the future where like if that's the individual that's going for it, I don't care if he has a super PAC. Hopefully he'll end that type of
I don't trust none of them. Like I tell you, it don't matter who in government, you better take care of your kids, take care of yourself, and work like you ain't expecting nobody to do shit.
Oh yeah,
when they
rely on
don't
the
do
government.
shit, you'll be okay.
Facts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I invested in stocks, and then during the pandemic, when I needed it, it's like, okay, I'll just transfer these funds. But where I'm from, people don't know about stocks like that.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't know. Like people, like a lot where I'm from, we don't really trust white folks like that. So when I moved down here to Dallas, it's like the first time I ever made thousands of dollars, it was because a white person put me on to some shit. Because if I'm sitting at the bar in Mississippi, the man with the money ain't trying to tell me how to get the money. He want to keep me under his thumb. So it's like at the end of the day, it's about thinking proactively.
Right.
I may not want to buy a Disney stock, but if I buy 4 of these Disney stocks, and by the time my daughter get my age, she got money.
Mm-hmm.
Because Disney own the NFL, they own everything. They buying everything. They not gonna fail. But people want the quick money. So that's when I learned like, yo, penny stocks and this and that. And I came up. I was on, when fuel cell was going up, I had it at a certain amount. When, what was it, Dogecoin? I bought in the Dogecoin before it was even a thing. And I came up. And I never invested none of my own money in any stock. I got the free stock. And then I sent you the link.
Yeah.
And you got a free stock. And I got another free stock. And I sent you the link. And I sent that person the link. And by the third or fourth link, I get 2 free stocks. So what I do, I sell them stocks and buy in the company that I have interest in. So all the money I done ever made off of the stock market has been money that I got for free.
Yeah.
Because I did this. But you got to understand where we from, this shit is just skeptical. Like, so you want me to put my money in there, you tell me I might lose it. But what's the difference between shooting dice or going to the casino?
Facts. You see, and that's the part where like we're evolving as a society because now we're able to like go to YouTube and like just search up how to invest, how
YouTube
to buy.
University, bro.
Yeah, how to do this. And that's why I tell these dumbass kids, man, these kids so dumb these days. It's like they have the most book smarts, but the common sense is just not there. They be like, I wonder how to do this. I was like, just Google it. Just YouTube it. Just do it. It's like they got it right in their hand. They just don't know.
Given
They
some
got
time.
the tools, they just don't know how to use them.
It's like saying later, that door lock, here goes the key. And they just like, what the fuck do I do with the key?
Give them some time, but like at the end of the day, I feel like we only came up like how we are today because like we had to go through shit. So like we had to do something about that shit, or else we would have gone
I
south.
feel like it's getting worse this time because there's no teachers. The educational system is bad, bro.
Hey, bro.
Especially with the pandemic.
Because most people become teachers so they don't have to pay back the student loan.
Yeah.
They go to because when you 18, think about it. When you 18, motherfucker be like, go to college and figure out something you go do for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do 2 years and you're like, I don't want to do this shit for the rest of my life. When they never tell you to go to college, just take some prerequisite course, some basic courses, figure out what you want to do. So now you got a lot of people in fields they not happy with, or fields that they can't even get a job in, or fields, like I say, like my baby mom's a nurse and she do very well. But it's like
You only took her 2 years.
she could live with it. I don't want to work 12 hours, sleep 6 hours, try to raise my kid the other 6 hours. And that's why you gotta go out here and figure out where I'm from. It just ain't opportunity. It's like if you go drive this truck, you go work at this prison, or you go do this, or you go sell dope, and you go end up either dead or in jail, or they go snitch on you and do it. You know, like I'm from a city where they say they hate snitches, but they glorify them. You can literally pull up documents in the news and see this person snitching, this person said that they are still glorifying them. Snitches die, they long live the snitch.
Long live the snitch.
Nah, real shit. That's how it is where I'm from. So it's like,
6ix9ine.
so like we was talking about dealing with people and getting certain people around you. A lot of people don't understand. It's the people around you with the energy. Like I could be having a good day, you could be having a bad day, and all of your negative energy drain my day.
And that's on. I feel like that's your responsibility as an individual. Where like if you start going about motivating others, giving people, not necessarily, let me rephrase, giving the individuals that are important to you the right tools, the right information, that shit's gonna come right back to you eventually. And it's just a game where like, you know, it's not a game like we're competing against each other. It's like we're shine and we grow together as individuals. And there's a cool perspective of seeing things third party where like we're all doing the right things and working and hustling. And
like right now we talking about some real shit. Y'all doing some positive things. Y'all speaking to the people who want to listen. This is positive. We not out here robbing, stealing, killing, whatever. But at any moment, we can all leave here and be treated a certain way because we look a certain way. Because we smell a certain way.
Hey, but it ain't gonna happen in Dallas. You know, maybe in Mississippi, but in Dallas, you know, that's where we're trying to change.
No, I done definitely had to choke up some racists in Dallas.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
sure.
I done definitely had to choke on the job type shit. Like, but I could say that my employers at the time, they always had my back. They always didn't tolerate no racism or nothing like that. But I definitely had to put my hands on a few folks. I ain't had to deal with no charges or nothing like that. But it's just like, it's always something we got to deal with. But it's about like how strong you are as a person to walk away or to let it be what it's going to be. Because a lot of times, people miserable, so they just try to stir up shit.
Yeah, that's true. They're just not happy, so they just don't want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well,
all right, boys. So we're about to end it in 2 hours almost. Basically,
we're about to run out of film, bro. Looking at
it,
we're about to run out of film.
That's how we do it. Y'all make sure y'all follow the Renaissance Podcast. Add them on IG. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Hit the bell. They got great content. I checked it out myself. Trust me.
He did the work for us.
Nah. Hey. All right, guys. We out. Peace. Sin forzarlo, esto me sale natural. Como mi baby me gusta natural. Cuando hables conmigo, háblame en plural. Como el audio, háblame claro cristal. Con que me sigan pagando no voy a fallar. Hasta Torreón ya me voy a regresar. Sin forzarlo esto me sale natural. Como mi baby me gusta natural.